left-wing terror attack, ladies and gentlemen. Pick up your arms and say, wowee, I am surprised. More violence from the left. No one has seen this coming. This is truly one of the biggest surprises of the modern era. Let's watch the breaking news first, and then I'm gonna talk to you about the levels of tardation that we're dealing with. Because this, honestly, unironically, might perhaps be the worst thing ever. It really might, because we haven't learned from our mistakes. That's why.
Lawrence, and that's why I mentioned that Sally port. So apparently it occurred when detainees were being brought into this Sally port. This shooter,
the ICE facility,
we're not sure exactly where he was located, but was able to shoot into that Sally port and struck at least 3 people. That shooter now is down from this self-inflicted wound, so we may not know exactly what his plan was, what they were intending to do, other than to shoot people this morning at an ICE facility.
Insane that this happened. So shooter, there's a sniper. Sound familiar, right? Sniper shows up, sees ICE agents bringing in 3 illegal immigrants, shoots 3 of them. There are 2 fatalities, and then shoots himself because he's a gigantic pussy. Here we are today. Another left-wing terror attack in the United States of America. The 4th left-wing terror attack in 2 weeks, by the way. And probably more than that, if we include all the foiled ones, if we include the 2 Islamist guys trying to bomb a Fox News vehicle, but failed, if we include the guy that was sneaking into Charlie Kirk's memorial dressed as law enforcement with a weapon, but he was caught. If we include all of them, it's way more. 4 successful terror attacks in 2 weeks. This is insane, by the way. Absolutely insane. Now, right, shooting up the ABC station in California, literally insanity. Now, cue the retard saying, but both sides are actually violent.
We're learning more as we get it, and particularly we're interested, obviously, in learning about the conditions of the 3 individuals that were struck this morning.
Yeah, that's I-35. The east side is where you see most of the traffic. People are probably slowing down to watch and see what's going on. Look at all of the police cars. There's so many lights. They go all the way up to the top. This is the access road in Texas. You have your main highway, and then you always have those access roads that run alongside or parallel to the.
Yeah, both sides. Basically, on both sides, there's an issue. Clearly, as we can see, the ADL stats don't lie. All right, these are the official ADL stats. All right, pay no attention. All right, ADL said it, not me. ADL did it. I didn't do it. They did it. So obviously it's both sides. Now, I made a tweet that pissed off some people, which is how you know it's me. It's also how you know it's a good tweet. So I made a tweet, retweeting Destiny, everyone's favorite libtard. All right, so Destiny made this tweet saying the Charlie Kirk Memorial is indistinguishable from a Nazi rally. Fuck anyone who wants to pretend it's not. My retweet of this, I think, is very, very telling. Let it sink in that he's comfortable saying this and then doing Charlie Kirk-style public events with virtually no security. It's almost like the violence is primarily coming from one side or something. That's the reality. That's the reality. Welcome to reality, ladies and gentlemen. The violence is coming from one side. It's from the godless heathens. And then, of course, people are like, yo, but what if I debunk you with facts and logic? Like this ADL analysis, random fucking graph that says fucking nothing. So I obviously responded with this. This is my counterpoint. This is the reality. All right, this is your graph. This is my graph. My graph is bigger than yours, therefore I win. But we can't take these people seriously. They're all liars. They're all liars. They're disingenuous, retard bitches. They are doing their absolute best to bitch themselves around. And I'm not gonna lie. I'm getting a little bit tired of it. DHS Secretary Kristi Noem confirms there are multiple fatalities and injuries with this assassin, another left-wing terrorist. We gotta remove this shit. We do not need to live like this. We should not live like this. We gotta literally get these motherfuckers out of here. And of course, breaking news, this was the bullets of the guy. It says anti-ICE. Who fucking writes that shit? Well, I mean, it's a leftist. It's obviously a leftist. ICE was vilified by literally everyone. That's how ICE works. ICE has been vilifying people constantly. Literally all the time. And here we go. Obviously, once again, we got another libtard. Another retard libtard on the horizon. He's out. We appreciate him so immensely. What a guy. He's out there fighting the good fight. It's fucking horrible, by the way. All right, this extrajudicial stuff is so obvious because it's online. We see it online. We literally see this happening in real time, man. We see the radicalization happening all the fucking time, bro. So, of course, FBI Director Kash Patel says this morning before 7 a.m. local time, an individual fired multiple rounds at a Dallas, Texas ICE facility, killing one, wounding several others before taking his own life. Pussy, coward, loser, bitch, retard. FBI, DHS, ATF on the ground, Dallas PD, state authorities. While investigation is ongoing, an initial review of the evidence shows an ideological motive behind the attack. What? No. What? No. Don't worry, the liptards find a way to run defense for this motherfucker. See photo below. One of the unspent shell casings recovered is engraved with anti-ice. More updates will be forthcoming. What a shock. What a surprise. Probably MAGA, honestly. These despicable political motivated attacks against law enforcement are not a one-off. We are only miles from Prairieland, Texas, where only 2 months ago an individual was ambushed separate ICE facilities, targeting their officers. It had to end, and the ICE and our partners will lead these investigative efforts to see that those targets law enforcement pursued and brought to the fullest extent of justice. Thankfully, no law enforcement personnel were injured. Please pray for the injured and deceased. So you're probably wondering, wait a second, hold up. You're telling me that there was a sniper that shot at ICE agents bringing in illegal immigrants, okay? And no ICE agents were hurt, but there were multiple fatalities. Who'd he kill? Ladies and gentlemen, to this I bring you, potentially, the greatest retard situation of all time. Are you prepared? Are you prepared for easily the dumb? Oh, I didn't see Asmongold. This is the part where I, once again, beg you guys to start looking online, investigating, prosecuting the people openly calling for violence. True! So many people get radicalized by this rhetoric, end up doing something horrible. You're the FBI director, start acting like it. Completely true. There are endless amounts of examples. Anna Kasparian, Hasan Piker, constantly saying that ICE is evil, ICE is bad, you have to kill ICE, destroy ICE, abolish ICE, fight against ICE. ICE are Nazi Gestapo soldiers. It's constant, it's everywhere. And this is what happens. But now back to my original question. Who died? Well, we gotta keep doing a deep dive. So this is everyone's favorite liptard shooter, as you can see here from his hat. He's in the Socialist Club of Retards and Degenerates. And here he has 3 shot the wrong person awards. Because he shot 3 illegal immigrants. Guys, first of all, I condemn violence. Okay, I wanted those guys deported, not dead. Second of all, holy fuck, you cannot imagine a bigger liptard L. Dude went up there to kill ICE agents, killed 3 illegal immigrants, and then killed himself. Bro, I'll save you illegals. Damn, that's crazy. Like, dude, it's ironic humor in its literally saddest moment. I can't believe, to be honest, I get why he killed himself. But anyway, Joshua John, a communist, carved anti-ICE messages into his bullet casings. Ended up killing migrant detainees, seemingly by accident, before killing himself. Dude, this is the fucking saddest story in the history of time. Like, it's unbelievable. It's a divine level of ironic, horrifying, tragic comedy. Again, it's just like, this is a complete and utter failure at humanity. And dude, we gotta start getting these fucking communists arrested. I feel like no one else is saying it. I'm the only person that's literally saying this, but you'll see. Give them a year. They will catch up to the Nuxanor wavelength. These dirty commies gotta go to jail. Get deported, go to jail. What are we doing, man? Didn't we learn this lesson? Didn't we learn this lesson like 70 years ago? Why do we need to learn this lesson again? How many times did you say lesson, old man? How many times did you say lesson, old man? This fucking fat, filthy, furry gamer retard over here, 29-year-old commie, fucking anti-ICE socialist. Holy. By the way, this is the 3rd terrorist that is an open communist this year in America that killed people. All right, I want to make it very clear. The guy that murdered Charlie Kirk was tied to all these socialist groups. This guy he literally has the fucking commie shit in his bio, all right? And also, the guy that murdered the 2 is their Israeli staffers in Washington, D.C., shot them in the back of the head. That dude was also part of the national, fucking America Democratic Socialist Club. Like, dude, wake the hell up, man. We have an issue on the left. That's right. And it's all the fucking commies. Every single one of those dudes needs to go goodbye. And the overlap between the communists and the trans Tifa and the fucking Islamist extremists, bro, we literally have a full free Palestine protest literally in front of us. Special kinds of retards. We gotta get rid of these people. Not violently, unless they attack us, in which case, be violent. Violent self-defense, legal violence approved. Only legal violence. Do not fucking be violent if it's not literally in self-defense. I call upon the government to fuck these people, please. Government, you fuck people for a living. Can you at least fuck the right people, please? Please! You paid 14 cents too little on your taxes. We're gonna reevaluate you and audit you. What? Fuck, arrest the commies! Anyway, it gets so much better. Let's see what MSNBC had to say. Alright, so this is mainstream media. Now, this is the part of the video where I remind you that I am the media now. So let's see what MSNBC had to say about this shooting. This guy that shot at ICE agents, where he wrote anti-ICE on his bullets.
Of those attacks.
Chris, coming back to rooftop trend, coming back to engraving trend, what do you make of that? Does that suggest people are being inspired? Are you worried about copycats?
Yes. I don't know if the rooftop trend is going to be a thing. I mean, it could just be coincidental that the best vantage point just happened to be elevated positions in this.
Are you retarded? Are you retarded? Are you actually retarded? I don't know if rooftops are a thing or if it's just because it's an elevated position and it's good to shoot people with. Like, bro, what the fuck analysis is this?
Case. But, you know, people emulating this kind of attack is certainly a concern.
It's a concern, or it literally has happened multiple times over like the last 1 week, and we need to fucking eradicate these assholes from society.
With the writing, the first time we really saw that was Brenton Tarrant in the Christchurch shooting in a mosque in New Zealand.
Literally, why do you need to go to a random shooting in New Zealand, which was a tragedy, don't get me wrong. But dude, it's happening all over in America! Bro, there was literally just a tranny retard that fucking shot up a church. And he was writing, you know, anti-God, anti-Christian shit on his bullets. He went to a church and he shot up some kids. Bro, well, you don't need to go back 14 years to New Zealand.
And he was a fierce, white supremacist and neo-Nazi, and wrote all over his.
This is like insane. It's like, oh, there was a Christchurch massacre that happened 7 years ago in New Zealand, and it was a white supremacist. So this is like a white supremacist thing. Bro, this literally happened 5 times in the last 2 weeks, and it was literally every single time Trans-Tifa. All the times. All of them. What are we doing? What is this slanted analysis? This is some bitch shit for real.
His weapon and his rounds, very hateful information. So to see this coming from, potentially the other side of the political spectrum.
Other side? Bro, Trans-Tifa is killing us. And you are running defense for terrorists. I have so no interest in these fucking mainstream media bullshits.
Is a little.
Oh my god, white supremacists did this 7 years ago, so obviously this could be that. Are you retarded? No white supremacist says anti-ICE on their bullets. Let me make this clear, okay? Let me make this very clear. The white supremacists fucking love ICE. They love ICE. Obviously, they're deporting the brown people. The white supremacists love ICE. You really fucking think that the white supremacists are here to kill literally the people that are doing the best job? Like, are you insane?
Strange, because it is not something, if you are trying to, carry out some kind of message countering, more extreme right-wing stuff. I don't know why you would, use a tactic that a famous white supremacist who has been revered and copycatted over the years by other white supremacists, why you would do that. But it does appear that people are moving in that direction because they want people to know what they're doing and why they're doing it. Again.
Bro, what the fuck analysis is this? A white supremacist did this 7 years ago in New Zealand, so now this guy, who's obviously a far leftist, is copying and revering a white supremacist. Like, you have to literally shoot yourself in the head. Give yourself a full frontal lobotomy to even begin to comprehend what the mainstream media is actually saying.
Terrorism is theater. They want people to understand their message and why they're doing this and why, in some cases it's a narrow act of violence and it's not supposed to be a mass murder, although it looks like it's moving a little more in that direction.
Well, again,
terrorists don't really want to kill guys. Think of the terrorists and their love stories with furry transgender boyfriends. Dude, this shit's retarded, man. Like, literally, what are we doing? So anyway, I am the media now, it turns out. MSNBC saying that white supremacy is the inspiration for this shooting. And this is, like, retarded. Like, this is actually retarded. You think it's so retarded. You can't even put into words how retarded it is. This is reaching absolute cinema levels of retarded. Terrorism is theater? This guy was inspired by a white supremacist? His bullet fucking said anti-ICE. He shot at ICE agents. Like, this is insane. Bro, this is crazy. Bro, look, guys, here, as you can see, this is the no clear motive starter pack. All right, so you have a transgender with anti-ICE, hey fascist catch, and kill Donald Trump. And no one knows their motives. Their motives could be anything. No one knows. Anti-ICE could mean anything. Hey fascist catch, and we don't know. Maybe he was talking about communist fascists on the left. Kill Donald Trump. Maybe it's a right-wing anti-Trumper that's doing it. Bro, why are we fucking playing this game? Why are we playing this? We should not be playing this game. The game is over. And again, they try so hard, man. They try so hard. They like literally have to fucking reach their fist all the way up their anus to pull and grasp at the little fucking chodes inside of their ruptured butthole to come up with some random shit. And it's insanity. It's crazy. It's crazy, dude. Yeah, we're so unsure about the motive. Like, dude, why are we fucking playing this game? So this is Brian Feinstein. He's one of the guys on Twitter that does things, I guess. And he made this announcement in regards to the shooting in Texas. This is sick. A white male has reportedly opened fire at immigrants at an ICE facility in Texas. We sure have a problem. A disgusting problem. You think that it's a white supremacist that said anti-ICE that shot at ICE agents missed and hit immigrants is secretly a white supremacist? Yeah, we do have a problem in this country. It's people like Brian Feinstein trying their absolute best to, completely and utterly run defense for far-left terrorists. I think he knows he's lying. It's insane. It's almost how impressive, how consistently incorrect you are. True. Can you be specific and tell me what's wrong with this post? Oh, I'll help you. Don't worry. You spelled us wrong. You went to write is. You wrote us instead. This is sick. All right, that's first. Second, true, it's a white male, has reportedly opened fired at ICE agents and missed them and hit immigrants. That's more accurate. I got you. Don't worry. And also, it says anti-ICE on the bullet. So Donald Trump decided to hit us with one of the tweets of all time. So I hope you're ready for some of the most insane situations ever. I have been briefed on the deadly shooting at the ICE field office in Dallas, Texas. It has been revealed that the deranged shooter wrote anti-ICE on the shell casings. This is despicable. The brave men and women of ICE are just trying to do their jobs and remove the worst of the worst criminals out of our country. But they are facing an unprecedented increase in threats, violence, and attacks by deranged radical leftists. This violence is the result of radical left Democrats constantly demonizing law enforcement, calling for ICE to be demolished, and comparing ICE officers to Nazis. The continued violence from the radical left terrorists in the aftermath of Charlie Kirk's assassination must be stopped. ICE officers and other brave members of law enforcement are under grave threat. We have already declared Antifa a terrorist organization. Do something about that, Mr. President. Fucking do something about that, Mr. President. I will be signing an executive order this week to dismantle all these domestic terrorist networks. I am calling on all Democrats to stop this rhetoric against ICE and America's law enforcement right now. The Trump administration fully committed to backing law enforcement's strong borders, securing our homeland, deporting violent illegal criminals, and fully rooting the left-wing domestic terrorism that is terrorizing our country. Thank you for your attention to this matter. He fucking cooked on this one. I'm not gonna lie. He actually did. I'm not even gonna lie. He actually cooked. There he is. I expect he walked into the kitchen and he walked out with a full fucking meal. Mr. President, please not only do this, but enforce that shit. First of all, we need Hasan Piker in jail. He literally openly calls himself Antifa. Fucking put him away. All right, that's one. All right, that's first. You do that, I'll know shit changed. Until that happens, I'm gonna be like, yeah, shit didn't change yet. So I want to see this stuff happening immediately. We need this shit to get destroyed. This is, unironically, an actual threat to our nation. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger and badder and bigger and worse. So now, Mr. President, I appreciate all the winning. I can't take it anymore. Too much winning. But actually enforce this shit, please. That would be very, very, incredibly, immensely appreciated. And I will kiss you on your hand with the big black and blue mark on it. All right, listen, I would respect it. This is what I want. I literally want terrorism to be taken seriously. Is that too much to ask? Is that too much to ask? Anyway, so obviously the leftoids are freaking out. They're saying that Trump needs to lower the rhetoric on both sides. I can't believe Donald Trump is blaming it on the Democrats that leftists are murdering innocent people. I can't believe you would blame the Democrats. You should be blaming everyone. Say both sides need to calm down. Say that we need both sides. All right, so now that we've established that both sides is retard levels of fucking dumbass, we move on. We move on. All right, we move on. It's gonna be good. So JD Vance decided to cook. All right, listen, man, you thought Trump cooked with his tweet? Bro, Trump went out there, he sat down on the toilet, he whipped out his phone, and he dropped a nuke. But JD Vance, he was on fire.
border. And I think that is the most disgusting thing. The very people who keep us safe ought to be honored and protected and praised by Democrats and Republicans alike. It is time to stop the rhetorical assault on law enforcement. Because here's what happens when Democrats like Gavin Newsom did say that these people are part of an authoritarian government. When the left-wing media lies about what they're doing, when they lie about who they're arresting, when they lie about the actual job of law enforcement, what they're doing is encouraging crazy people to go and commit violence. You don't have to agree with my immigration policies. You don't have to agree with Donald Trump's immigration policies. But if your political rhetoric encourages violence against our law enforcement, you can go straight to hell and you have no place in the political conversation of the United States of America.
JD, Just Dance Vance, 48, Just Dance, 48, Just Dance Vance, 48, President 48. I'm just saying, he's there, it's happening. I will vote for you, Mr. President, in advance. Bro, so yeah, go straight to hell. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. Yeah, I would prefer jail, but look, we'll take hell as a second. All right, we'll take hell as like a second option, I suppose. So anyway, JD, Just Dance Vance 48, as we call him, he made a crazy tweet. He said, the obsessive attack on law enforcement, particularly ICE, must stop. I'm praying for everyone hurt in this attack and their families. All right? He says, the vice president is not a reliable source for information. This is now the 5th or 6th time he's posted a political take contradicted by facts from his own law enforcement agencies. To be clear, he was right here. Just to be clear, he was actually correct here. This was an attack on ICE. They just are fucking retarded, gay-ass, liberal, retard, furry fuckers, and they missed, and they killed some immigrants. But it was an attack on ICE. Or it absolutely was an attack on ICE. It even said anti-ICE on the bullet. So this guy's like saying, oh no, it was an attack on immigrants, instead it was a white supremacist. Again, no one's falling for the shit anymore. Like, dude, this was friendly fire because a fucking retard decided to pull a trigger. Alright, I'm sorry. Now, JD Vance retweeted this tweet. And when I say, this is what I voted for, I mean this is what I voted for. The gunman had anti-ICE messaging carved on the bullets he used. What precisely did I get wrong, dipshit? Oh, JD Vance, 48, Just Dance, 48, every 4 years, JD, oh my God, dude, holy fuck, this is the vice president, man, this is the vice president, dude, I voted for this dipshits, what precisely did I get wrong, dipshit, oh my God. Now, you think that was peak Vance? Oh, you have not seen anything yet. You have not even begun to see peak Vance. So over here you have retard race baiter 1 interviewing retard race baiter 2, and they're basically like, JD Vance just got into Yale because they were tired of letting in all the white men from New York. He's a DEI hire. All right, so they hit that with Vance. Now the irony is these are both DEI hires. That's the funny part. Both of these people are DEI hires. People admitted that they hired them because they're black, which is pretty humiliating, honestly. But now they're going out there and they're claiming that he was only hired because he's a DEI hire. As you can see by the number of views on this post, JD Just Dance Vance 48 retweeted this with possibly the biggest destruction I've ever seen in my entire life. Hold on to chairs, motherfucker. He retweeted with this. This is everything I've ever wanted in a vice president. I'm so sorry. This is everything I've ever wanted. I don't even know what to say. Can you hear the screaming? Oh my God. Look at that ratio. You want to see the rate? You want to see a ratio? 11,000 likes, 260,000 likes, straight fire. Oh my God. Oh God, I love this timeline. Please, JD, when you're president, please keep shit posting. Holy moly, he killed him. It's over. Oh God, JD, Just Dance, JD. Oh, it's crazy. Anyway, back on topic. After JD Vance decided to cook, and cook he did. The leftoid retard drama decided to pop out. It go in full force. All right, so here's like some standard leftoid retard accounts. This is the fishiest shit I've ever seen. We're supposed to believe the shooter wrote anti-ICE in a pen on a bullet and then shot detainees but not the ICE officers, and then himself. Anyone find it odd that Gash Patel's FBI wanted to make sure that everyone knew as early as possible that one of the bullets had anti-ICE written on it? They didn't say anything specific about the victims, the shooter, the weapon, hope, just that. You know, the ideology. Who writes anti-ICE on a bullet just before shooting 3 immigrants being detained by ICE?
Suddenly, those who never trusted the FBI are convinced by this.
Bro, the fucking bullet said it. There were witnesses. It's not just one random guy that wrote Sharpie on it, all right? The police that found the bullet all saw it. This is not the type of thing you could just literally just make up, scribble onto the marker. Like, this is fucking retarded. That's one. Two, these are all the trust the government people. Like, do you realize how insane this is? All of these fuckers are the trust. These people injected themselves with COVID vaccines every 6 months. Every 6 months for the last 4 years, these motherfuckers were COVIDing their assholes. All right? But this is too far. This is too much. How we don't trust the government? Holy shit. A leftist would never write things on their guns to give them away. Meanwhile, gender. Meanwhile, on a fucking shotgun. Meanwhile, Miku beam with trans colors. So anyway, like, these people are obviously retarded. It's insane. Like, it's wild, man. It's insane to even like, these people are so retarded. So anyway, this was the message that came out, and the message, it keeps going stronger and stronger. The white male shooter reportedly targeted 3 detainees. MAGA influencers are unusually quiet. Actually not. Actually, I'm talking about it. I don't know what you're talking about. So a white dude just shot 3 detainees. Bro. A far left communist missed ICE agents, killed migrants, and then killed himself. You people are actually fucking retarded. It said anti-ICE on the bullet. Like, dude, it's the most obvious thing in the world if anyone has any working brains. That's why I think you literally can't even engage. You cannot even engage in these conversations. What precisely did I get wrong, dipshit? Oh, God, cinema. So, be Antifa libtard, try to ambush ICE agents, shoot 3 migrants instead, kills himself. But truly, this guy is, he's up there. He's up there. He's one of the legends of the... Like, what can I say? What can I say, bro? This is actually just fucking insane. Like, dude, we need a new word. We need a new slur. Can we have a slur? Can we get a new slur for, like, communist retards? Like, trans-tifa isn't hitting hard enough anymore. Like, we need extra levels of slurs. So, anyway, Homeland Security actually tweeted this out because this is an actual NBC News title. ICE held 5-year-old autistic girl in Massachusetts to pressure father to surrender, family says. You could just put family says and write whatever fucking slander you want, ever. That's one. 2, guess 5-year-old autistic girl's parents had Tylenol while they were pregnant. NBC News, these smears are sick. Our ICE agents never used the 15-year-old girl as bait. The criminal illegal alien targeted the operation with previous arrests for domestic abuse, strangulation, vandalizing property, abandoned his own child in a car. Edwards Hip Mejia, a criminal illegal alien from Guatemala, ignored law enforcement emergency lights and darted inside of a house, abandoning his 5-year-old daughter in a car. Officers helped rescue the child and called local police to report the abandonment. And they are literally representing it as kidnapping a 5-year-old as bait. NBC News needs to get fucking obliterated for shit like this. I don't think that we as a society can survive if there isn't drastic measures taken to stop this shit. Like, drastic measures. It's insane that we need to live like this. So anyway, this was Newsom last night. All right? Now, because everyone's saying that there's no rhetoric. What do you mean rhetoric? Rhetoric? What are you talking about? Rhetoric on the left. The left are so nice. Trump calls him Newsum. That's literally as bad. Anyway, let's see what Gavin Newsom had to say about ICE.
That's happening in the United States of America. Masked men jumping out of unmarked cars, people disappearing, no due process, no oversight, zero accountability, happening in the United States of America today. People ask, well, is authority...
This is literally not true, by the way, just to be clear.
Authoritarianism, you're being hyperbolic. We're being hyperbolic. If you're a black and brown community, it's here in this country. And so... All
right, so what do you do against authoritarianism? What do you do against an authoritarian, fascist, Nazi government that rises up? Like, what do you do? Well, the answer is you have to fight with violence. That's the only thing you can do. If there's a fascist, authoritarian government that's literally just coming randomly for any brown or black person, you have to be violent. You have no other option. Like, I don't even know what am I supposed to say? Realistically, if that is the case, you need to be violent. So, how is this not inciting violence?
I'm deeply proud that I had the privilege of signing the nation's first bill to address the issue of masking. Also, to require you have simple identification, to your point. I mean, if some guy...
I'm not against this. I actually think that if he should tell ICE agents to unmask, then everyone that goes to a protest needs to unmask. I think that if ICE agents want to go without a mask, then anyone that goes to any protest is not allowed to wear a mask either. So if you want to play that game, we can play that game. But it should be on both sides. Because realistically, ICE agents, like, as you could see from today, someone went and tried to murder ICE agents with a fucking sniper rifle. Like, dude, they would follow these people to their homes. They would threaten them at their homes. They're literally trying to protect themselves from the fucking freaks you run defense for.
I jumped out of an unmarked car in a van with a mask on, tried to grab me. I mean, by definition, you're going to push back. And so these are not just authoritarian tendencies. These are authoritarian actions by an authoritarian government. You saw what Stephen Miller said last week. This should put chills up fine. Called the Democratic Party an extremist organization. Basically a terrorist organization, saying he's going after his enemies. You saw the tweet that Donald Trump sent out, Truth Social, basically telling Pam...
Look how fucking scary he is. He's wetting himself.
Bondi, I want these 3 people taken out. That's happening in the United States.
Yeah, so anyway, it's not actually because, as you can see, these people are not in jail. Presenting, they're all Nazis, they're all Nazis, they're all Nazis, they're all Nazis. And then, what? Maybe it was a far-right white supremacist that shot random immigrants at an ICE facility. Yeah, definitely. Hey, Hasan, was today's shooter in your Discord? As you can see, this is Hasan, one of Hasan's big organized panels, all right? Anti-ICE benefit. It's pretty weird. What can I say? I'm not saying that it's weird or anything, but it's a little weird. It's a little weird that Hasan Piker is organizing this shit. Now, that's not the only time. In case you were unaware, Hasan Piker has a history of doing the anti-ICE shit. So this is literally Hasan praising sending terror threats to ICE agents. This is the largest leftist political streamer in America, by the way, in case you were curious, if I can get it to play.
That's the type of messages they were leaving in this dude's office, and he's resigning.
He's resigning. We threatened him.
You actually wrote about this, and it was a great video where you talked about, someone has to do it.
Someone has to do it. Someone has to kill Trump.
See, when I say that, everyone knows exactly what I mean.
Yeah, we do. Anyway, dude, it's crazy that we need to live in a society like this, and that shit's not happening. Bro, we gotta fucking cook these frauds. We really do. They need to get obliterated. Like, actually obliterated. Non-violently, of course, obviously. Decoy Voice made a video on it? Wait, hold up. Yeah, wow, alright. Decoy Voice video.
Whenever the left commits acts of violence on behalf of Democrat rhetoric, if instead of dialing it back, the Democrats double down, this isn't an accident, it's by design. As California's Governor Newsom goes on some show with lower viewership than Decoy Voice, just to enrage his base.
That's happening in the United States of America. Masked men jumping out of unmarked cars, people disappearing, no due process. I mean, if some guy jumped out of an unmarked car in a van with a mask on, tried to grab me, I mean, by definition, you're going to push back. These are not just authoritarian tendencies. These are authoritarian actions by an authoritarian government. So we're willing to fight, and not only fight symbolically, not by having a little bit of fun, but fight substantively.
And this is after his official Twitter account said our Secretary of Homeland Security is going to have a bad day today, as a sniper just sent rounds into an ICE facility, not hitting any agents, but 3 detainees.
Bro, I'm just saying, man, it's like God is up there writing this plot line, right? God is up there writing this story arc, and he's just like, you know what? You know what? Dark humor is a thing. He just sprinkles it right in, man. Like it's actually crazy.
Sadly ending the lives of 2.
That the bullet casings contained
really
anti-ICE messaging, but the people who were shot and killed were detainees.
Yeah, I think what we'll likely find is he intended to hit the ICE officers, but as his brother alluded to, he was not a trained marksman.
As it's now known, the rounds had
So first they said maybe he was inspired by a white supremacist. Then when they found the bullets, it's like, well, maybe it was actually an accident. Maybe it was actually an accident. These people are such unbelievable retard freaks. It's insane. How do people take this seriously, man? How do people ever take this fucking shit seriously? Holy shit moly. It's like, it's actually insane. It's disgusting, it's disturbing, and it's not just them. For the record, it is every single one. It's all of them. It is all of the libtards that are pushing the same exact shit. Specifically about ICE, by the way. Specifically about ICE. Like, I'll give you an example. Right, here's one of the moderate libtards. Anna Kasparian. She's so moderate, it's crazy. Look at the moderates over here. All right? So this is her trying to make believe she doesn't endorse violence, but she actually just ends up endorsing violence.
I will just say, Republicans right now are trying to recruit and give bonuses to people who want to serve in ICE. And Democrats right now and people on the left are encouraging violence against people who want to serve in ICE and are putting them in harm's way.
How are they encouraging violence, she says? Well, We just saw Hasan say, send them threats.
Yeah,
How
so
exactly?
the two parties and how they're treating ICE agents right now, I think Republicans embracing recruitment of ICE and Democrats encouraging violence.
So we're
against
just
ICE.
going to make a statement like that without providing a single shred of evidence.
You have not seen the myriad stories of ICE agents.
Okay,
Democrats every day are calling them the Gestapo.
Hold
Yeah.
on.
I think that helps or hurts.
Well, they do act like Gestapo when they're
Bam! Like, dude, Gestapo are Nazi police officers, okay? Why are we fucking playing this game? There's nothing you do about the volume. It's the Twitter clip. Twitter clips are quiet. But, dude, why are we playing this game? If you're calling them the Gestapo, then you're endorsing violence. Because that's what you do against Nazis.
You're
showing up.
Now you're
Yeah,
doing
well, they are.
I
If they're just showing
I
up
assume you
at-
condone the
in
violence.
trucks.
Do you condone the
At
violence?
home, listen to what I was going to that garbage, okay? Those people do
Enforcement
not
of federal
deserve
law?
to be treated that way simply
Who
because
does?
they
What people?
might be
Do the ICE
undocumented.
agents deserve to be having violent acts committed, rocks thrown at them?
No, they
people
don't.
to
They don't.
Kill
And
them?
those people who do that get arrested, and they should be
No,
arrested.
they're doing that because they've been told the ICE agents are
Have you
Gestapo.
considered the fact that in a city like Los Angeles that has a massive immigrant community, when they see their mothers or fathers or family members rounded up, that leads to a lot of rage and they retaliate. I'm not saying they should. That is criminal. They should not assault
sounds
a
like you're
police
condoning
officer.
it.
Let me
Yeah.
just tell you something. Someone messes with my family, I get violent.
She literally just admitted that she does kind of endorse violence. She says she doesn't, obviously, because she knows the moves. You know, you have to say you don't endorse it, but then she just endorses it.
Okay, that's how I feel about family. I protect family. So don't be surprised when people feel angry when they feel that there's a bunch of feds.
Don't be surprised when people fight back. Not that I endorse it, of course, but I would do it. Not that I endorse it, of course.
In their city,
There's a violent
invading their
streak. There's a
city,
violent streak in
going
the country
after
right
people
now.
who are just
That's dangerous talk.
It leads to unrest. It leads to a ton
No,
of
it's
unrest.
more than that. They are attacking.
And by the way, it is
There's an
interesting.
800% increase in attacks on ICE agents.
And they refuse to acknowledge it. They
will say,
refuse to
Republicans
admit it.
right
But
now are
that
trying to
is the
recruit
reality.
and
That
set
is where
people
we're
who wanna
living.
serve in ICE.
Yeah, but essentially, that's what we're dealing with. That's what we're dealing with. It's just constant and more unbelievable amounts of retard. All right, and they are all endorsing it, all of them. By the way, I want to make this clear. Normally, I say don't lump everyone in together. We're doing some lumping today. All right, here's AOC. She's developing lumps as we speak. This is her in regards to ICE.
And now what DHS is trying to say, again, they're using public intimidation because they know that they cannot come for us all. They know that that they cannot come for us all. And recently what they said is that DHS is allegedly looking into arresting members of Congress who were showing up for their legal and constitutional obligation to conduct oversight. If anyone's breaking the law in this situation...
For the record, allegedly she was hiring an illegal immigrant to work for her, for the government, which is very illegal.
It's not members of Congress, it's the Department of Homeland Security.
Oh!
It's people like Tom Homan and Secretary Kristi Noem. You lay a finger on someone, on Representative Bonnie Watson-Coleman, on Representative, or any of the representatives that were there, you lay a finger on them, we are going to have a problem.
Who's we? Are you threatening ICE agencies? Are you threatening, literally the police?
Because the people who are breaking the law are the people who are not abiding by it. And it is enshrined.
You literally hired an illegal immigrant staffer in the government.
In the law that members of Congress who show up to ICE and CBP facilities are required to be granted access, legally required.
What if they're shooting ICE agents, though?
To be granted access. And they legally cannot be inhibited from accessing these facilities to conduct their constitutional obligation to investigate and conduct oversight.
They're literally shooting people now. They're literally shooting people. Because you call them Nazis, you say we need to fight back, and then you say we need to let all these people in. But Trump needs to turn down the heat on both sides. Trump needs to turn down the heat, everybody.
So if Kristi Noem wants to break the law, that's on her. But it sure as hell is not someone like Representative Robert Menendez that needs to be arrested.
Yeah, so anyway, don't worry, the retard train continues. Here's the next retard. Here's another congresswoman, libtard congresswoman being retarded.
But as somebody who understands history, when I see ICE, I see slave patrols. Now, I never lived through the slave patrol period. But if you know the history of policing in this country, then you understand that they were born out of slave patrols.
When you see ICE, you see slave patrols. Well, realistically, what do you fucking do when slave patrols start coming for you? Well, you have to fucking kill them, right? Dude, first of all, she doesn't understand history. Like, X'd out. For real. Second of all, slavery, the argument is dead. No one cares anymore. All right, I'm sorry. Sorry that happened to you, or you to your great-great-great-grandmother. Anyway, we're moving on, because realistically, fuck you and your argument. I hate the fucking bottom of the barrel, low IQ bullshit cringe. They're Gestapo. They're slave patrols, guys. Slave patrol. What do you do about slave patrols? There's only one thing we can do about slave patrols. You think I'm done? You think I'm done? Absolutely not. It's the Democrats' fault. I'm going hard. I'm here because realistically, I have nothing but respect for the people that are fighting for our safety. Okay? I'm sorry. I have no respect for the people that go against literally people that are putting their bodies on the line to keep our country safe. Whether it's military, police, ICE, any of these people, fuck you for fighting them. For real. They're putting their body on the line, and I can't fucking stand it. There is a left-wing terrorism issue in our country. We need it to be, first of all, publicized, second of all, destroyed.
Every single ICE agent who's engaged in this aggressive overreach, no matter what it takes, no matter how long it takes, will of course be identified. This is not.
You are literally threatening to dox any ICE agent that's literally doing their job for our nation. This person should go to jail.
Not the 1930s.
Secret police who are
not the 1930s. Essentially, they're Nazis. Nazis.
Who are intimidating, who are scaring people. These Gestapo-like tactics.
Gestapo, Nazis.
This is Gestapo-like behavior.
Nazis.
Donald Trump's modern-day guy.
Gestapo, Nazis. Do you not see what I am talking about? If there's actually Nazis, though, you have to kill them. Like, dude, this is definitely... Dude, it's such endorsement of violence. It's incitement. It is. Everyone's such a fucking pussy. You know, everyone's like an actual pussy. Well, they're not telling you to hurt them. They're just calling them Nazis. Well, what do you fucking do to Nazis? Like, come on, dude. Bro, we went to war against Nazis. Dude, stop.
Gestapo is scooping folks up off the streets.
When you compare the old films of the Gestapo
Nazis
grabbing people off the streets of Poland, it does look like a Gestapo operation.
Grabbing people off the streets in Poland. I made a tweet that a lot of people did not like. I've been getting a lot of death threats recently, which means it's working. All right, let me just say, I have a very different barometer for success than most people. For me, if the death threats are happening, then it means it's working. This guy says, your grandfather survived the camps. My grandfather's a Holocaust survivor. Your grandfather survived the camps for you to turn into such a vile disappointment of a human being. How sad. It makes one wish he did not endure his torment. In other words, hopefully, he wishes he would have died in the Holocaust. So my response was, my 100-year-old Holocaust survivor grandfather voted for Trump and gets visibly offended every time the media calls him a Nazi. Cope. And that's the reality. My grandfather, legend, love that guy. Just spoke to him. Mwah, beautiful man. Love him immensely. He is like one of the biggest pro-Trump guys I know. He loves Trump. He is such a fan of Law and Order. It's insane. And every time, and he reads the New York Times every single, I don't know how, with a magnifying glass. He literally a magnifying glass. He's 100 years old. He reads the New York Times cover to cover every single day. It takes him a while, and he just sits there with like a cup of tea or coffee, and he literally just reads it with a magnifying glass. And every single time there's an article that calls Trump a Nazi, or Trump supporters Nazis, or ICE agents the Gestapo, he gets fucking heated, and you could see it because they killed his whole family. They killed his entire family. They killed everyone in his town, and he's like, you're calling ICE agents that are literally arresting criminals Nazis? Like, what the fuck, right? So, all these people, they'll cry racism and shit, but dude, that's crazy. So obviously, this guy says, as I said, it makes one wish he did meet his end back then. Evil is best erased before it spreads. Sadly, that did not happen with your family. In other words, I hope your family dies and gets eradicated. Yeah, far lefties are the new Nazis, Exhibit 10,001. So this is literally what we're dealing with.
Posted on social media that, quote, ICE is acting like a terrorist force.
ICE agents, they are coming.
A terrorist force? What do you do to a terrorist force?
And kidnapping and disappearing people.
No one's getting kidnapped or disappeared. They're getting arrested and deported as they should.
On the streets of the United States.
Yeah, this is literally the fucking programming. This is the programming that gets inserted into all of these people's brains. Like, they just sit there and the programming goes in. All right, we call them Nazis, Gestapo, kidnapping, disappearing people. All right, talking points, engaged. Tell the libtards on TikTok what to think. And then all the fucking women on TikTok, they're all doing their fucking makeup and like, and then the Gestapo, they're just like literally kidnapping brown people.
United States.
But this terror campaign.
Yeah, it's not a terror campaign. You can't just call random people terrorists. What the fuck are we doing?
Of having masked people rolling up in vans. But we also have to talk about the agents themselves that are carrying this out. If you have any decency, quit now. Because just doing what you were told has been the justification for some of the worst horrors and crimes against humanity.
Oh my god, Nazis also did what they were told.
Masked agents of the state in unmarked vehicles are terrorizing.
Deport! Deport!
In communities.
ICE, you have the opportunity to do something really funny right now.
They are disappearing people.
One has to assume they're hiding something, or they're hiding misbehavior, because otherwise, why would they be wearing masks and denying their identities?
Because you retards are doxing them, going to their houses and breaking their windows. Why is this complicated to think about? Dude, there is an increase of attacks from civilians on ICE agents by 800%. Okay?
If everything is legitimate and proper, why are you wearing masks to hide?
Because they're literally attacking them in their homes. Because they're getting their information and they're attacking them in their homes. That's terrorism.
Your face.
Not look like America. We are going to require them to show their faces. If you're not doing anything wrong, you shouldn't have anything to hide.
I agree, which is exactly why I think all the people in the trans Tifa protests should also show their faces, in my opinion. Someone just sent me this. Apparently Tim Pool was just on Fox News talking about this.
I've never received more death threats. I've also got very serious security where we do our show.
True, I get death threats every day.
The threat level was so great. My team instructed me not to travel. I was unable to go to the memorial for Charlie Kirk. But, you know, Jesse, earlier just now you were mentioning the attacks that we've seen throughout the past weeks and months, but I want to make sure this is clear as it pertains to Jimmy Kimmel. The initial reporting was that advertisers and affiliates were upset. Sinclair said they wanted to bring the temperature down. None of that has changed. Sinclair and Nexstar are still saying they will preempt his show. As far as we know, advertisers are still upset. So what made the difference that brought his show back? Well, this is a little bit of speculation, but there was a terror attack on an ABC affiliate in Sacramento by what is reported to be a Democrat who opened fire on the building. And it's been reported by the New York Post that Sinclair pulled their Charlie Kirk memorial because of terroristic threats against ABC affiliates. So I agree with you. It's open season on people who are standing up, speaking out, or supporting Trump. But the left is also attacking regular people to force their will.
Both sides.
And I think it's because they recognized Donald Trump won the popular vote. Normal people have spoken, and they're not tolerating their strange policies that are destroying this country anymore.
Both sides. Both sides. It's true, by the way. It's completely true. Because, like, I think a really obvious example is, people don't act, the majority of people think there's two genders, all right? I refuse to believe that the majority of people in the country think that there's infinite genders. I refuse to believe that that is true. Maybe it's because I have faith in humanity. I refuse to believe that, okay? But yet people are still fucking scared to even say that. People are scared to even mention something like that, you know? Like, it's actual clown world. And these people are literally going out there. They're fucking shooting people up. They're bombing stores. They're like, dude, what are we doing, man? And they're threatening leftists to stay in line, right? Any libtard that goes against the grain gets threatened by the leftists too. You know, they don't give a shit, you know? So we're living in a really fucking scary thing. It's insane.
ICE engraved on the side. The second time this month, a shooter had leftist words written on the rounds, which is after the left glorified Luigi for doing the same.
Obviously.
As the left definitely has a political violence issue they refuse to acknowledge, since at best, it's their own creation, and at worst, it's their official strategy. As these three, actually 4 murders, are on top of the 2 unsuccessful attempts on Trump. The recent shots at the ABC building, the attempted explosion on news, as this list is just endless. The point being, even when faced with...
There is an issue with radical leftist violence, man. There really is an issue, and for some reason, no one actually wants to do anything about it. I know Trump is signing this thing, and I really hope he enforces the shit out of it, man. He really needs to enforce it so badly.
Overwhelming evidence, the left is still trying to deny this is their fault. As with this recent incident at the ICE facility in Texas, MSNBC first tried to say, it's strange for the right-wing shooter to write left-wing messages.
To see this coming.
Like, dude, literally, why are we playing this game, man? We have to, the only way to win is to stop playing. We need to completely excise this entire media strain. Like, we have to stop even, like, respecting it, even remotely. It's insane. This shit needs to get destroyed. All the fucking NGOs, all the funding, destroyed. Every single media that pushes this shit needs to be completely removed from government funding. Why is the government funding state-sponsored propaganda? Nah, dude. Destroy this shit. Holy fuck, man. Non-violently, of course, but it needs to be destroyed. This left-wing violence, literally everywhere. Dude, holy shit, man. These riots, these protests, I've been saying the most obvious thing ever, and it's literally just arrest the criminals. I know it's obvious, but we need to just do it, and we need to do it in a way that the judges can't fucking release them. All right? If someone actually breaks the law, like for example, if someone joins a protest and blocks a highway, which is illegal, jail immediately. We need to stop playing this game. To quote the late and great Charlie Kirk, it is a cancer that needs to be ripped out. 3 men just killed a baseball player for saying a prayer on the field? That's not true. There's no way. What? This can't be real. Oh my god. Breaking news. Less than an hour ago. 3 suspects arrested after a Texas youth baseball coach was shot. What the fuck? During a pregame prayer with his players, according to media. Mahmoud Abel Sham Rababa, Ahmed Mahoued, and Mustafa Mohammed Matage have been arrested. They were probably white guys, to be honest, if I had to guess. Personally, if I had to guess, they're probably white. According to the Waller County Sheriff's Office, the men fired their guns from a nearby pasture towards the baseball field. The coach was reportedly saying a prayer before the game with his team, and he was shot in the shoulder. He literally took a bullet for a child that was to his left, and so thankfully avoided major disaster. Still very, very emotional over it, said the Houston Warriors. The field known as the Rack claimed this man was target practicing from 600, 700 yards away. People shoot on their land all the time. At the time, they were unaware of anything in season. Now that we have more information, we know there were 3 individual targets practicing from this far, said it on Facebook. The coach was airlifted to hospital, since been released. The men taken into custody on felony charge, deadly charge of the firearm. Dude, holy shit, man. It's like, bro, we gotta fucking step this shit up, bro. What are we doing? I can't believe MAGA white supremacists named Ahmed, Mahmoud, and Mohammed would do this.
From, potentially the other side of the political spectrum is a little strange because it is not something, if you are trying to carry out some kind of message countering more extreme right-wing stuff, I don't know why you would
then try to...
I'm in shock that MSNBC actually had the balls to do that, man. I'm actually in shock, bro.
I'm literally surprised that they would write anti-ICE when they're literally a white supremacist that's pro-ICE.
What the fuck?
The entire foundation of our analysis is based purely on the fact that we have to blame MAGA somehow.
This is crazy, dude.
Say, it must have been a joke.
You can't just assume by that, what was written on that shell casing, that's necessarily his motivation.
False flag, it was Israel. It was Israel, guys. The Jews did it. The Jews. Bro, fucking stop, man. Like, literally, yes, you can. Yes, the 29-year-old fat-ass communist that said anti-ICE and shot himself after missing ICE agents. Yes, you can very well assume this, bro. This is crazy, dude.
He could have been
like, they do not live in reality. These people do not live in reality.
Doing that to thinking it was funny.
But no matter what, they always blame the right.
That there is this call for the division to stop, for the rhetoric to be tempered down.
It's all you guys! Bro, George Floyd died, and you burnt down fucking half the country. Okay, you burnt down half the country when George Floyd died. 30 people were killed, thousands injured, stores looted. Okay, Charlie Kirk died, nothing happened. Charlie Kirk didn't just die either. He was assassinated. He was not just a random guy. He was one of the most beloved figures on all of right-wing politics. All right? He was a beloved man, as you could see by the fact that his memorial service had 5 million live viewers across platforms. All right? Literally, what are we talking about? Not one riot? Not one looting? Not one violent act that was done by them? On the contrary, the left was violent because they killed an innocent man. We have to stop, bro. We have to stop even acknowledging that both sides is a reality. The moment we stop acknowledging is the moment we make progress. Both sides, guys. As you can see, also this was all in this was all in 2025. Right, this was all in 25, and as you can see, this was from obviously 2006 to 2025. All right. Okay, very good. So yeah, basically it makes sense. There we go. Both sides, every time, both sides. Are you gonna say that it never happens on the other side? Both sides.
For the rhetoric to...
There is no fucking rhetoric on the right. The right is like, yeah, we need to stop terrorists. And they're like, wow, rhetoric.
be dialed down, obviously, because we have seen just the rhetoric escalate. We've also seen...
It's all your rhetoric! Oh my god, dude. These fucking I'm the media now. I'm the media now. Fuck these guys. For real, for real.
...the very dramatic videos of ICE nabbing individuals, and...
The rhetoric needs to be turned down because ICE is doing their job? You've got to be fucking kidding me.
Tossing them into unmarked vehicles. A lot of these ICE agents have been masked, and so it has been very divisive, and there's been a lot of fear in the different communities where we've been reporting.
Saying we...
Literally your problem. Literally, I don't fucking care. Fear in communities because the media is drumming up ICE as Gestapo Nazi slavers? That is your problem. That is literally your problem. Your problem, fuck you, don't care. That's my response. Oh my lord.
Really gotta turn down the temperature of these unknown masked men kidnapping our neighbors into unmarked vehicles just proves that they're not stupid. They're evil.
I completely agree. And everyone's like, Nux, what? Are you trying to make more division? Do you have any idea how many people fucking said this to me? Nux, you're trying to make more division by saying this because... in reality, it is both sides. No, it's not. It's not both sides. It's not both sides. Fuck you. I want unity. I want unity with all the good guys, all right? And I want to destroy evil, all right? I want to make this very clear. I don't want unity with evil. I don't, actually, turns out. Turns out I don't want to, like, do some, like, cool, epic alliance with Satan so shit goes cool. No, I actually don't want to team up with Satan. I would rather destroy him if possible. Or, you know, or at least do whatever we can to beat him. But no, we're not doing this. Sorry. But Nux, why don't you ally yourself with literal demons? No, thanks. Fucking destroy the demons, actually. Dude, it's insane, man. Fuck this unity bullshit. I want unity with good people. All right? I don't care if you're right-wing. I don't care if you're left-wing. I don't care what your policy is. You're a good guy, good with me. All right? Literally. All right? You good, God-fearing gentleman, even better. Even better. All right? I'd say, you know, it keeps getting better. It keeps getting better. But destroy evil. Literally destroy evil. Sorry, bro.
They can correctly identify why these acts of violence are occurring all across the country and how their own words are directly responsible. If they double down on how these acts of violence would be justified, it's starting to sound like strategy. But it's not just the media.
It's strategy. Of course it's strategy. And every single time they find a way to twist it and make believe it's some far right-wing guy. Dude, we are under attack. Nux, you're dialing up the rhetoric. No, yeah, I'm dialing up the rhetoric by saying that there were 10 terror attacks committed by left-wing guys over the last week. Wow, way to dial up the rhetoric, but guy, listen, maybe I'm a little more zoned in to terrorism than other people. I've had family members killed by terrorists in the Middle East, it's true, but fuck you, bro. I recognize that shit. They want you dead. They chant they want you dead. They say they want you dead. And then they kill you. And then they're like, what? No. No. Maybe they're misunderstood. They're not misunderstood. They've made it fucking clear. They wrote it on their bullets.
The idea is mainly being driven by Democrat leaders themselves.
When I see ICE, I see slave patrols.
That's the SS and the Gestapo.
Oh, bro just says it. Thank you, Congressman. I think all these people need to get fucking either censured, removed from Congress, or jailed. We have to stop playing this game. You do the fucking incitement of violence game, you're out. You're done.
Where another Democrat in Congress cited NBC's article about ICE using a 5-year-old screaming to coerce a father to come out and be arrested, as more Democrats came out to call it cruel. Only for ABC to later delete the original story.
Of course, after millions saw it, they deleted. Oopsie poopsie, we lied.
He's saying they mischaracterized the activities of ICE. As they didn't use the kid, the father fled while flipping off the cops, abandoning his own daughter, to which ICE had to rescue. It's one thing to call them slave catchers while they send away your underpaid workers, but it's next level evil to make up an entire narrative villainizing ICE for rescuing an abandoned kid. As one, they're protecting a guy that would leave behind his own daughter to escape arrest. But more importantly, they're broadcasting more reasons to fight ICE. As if they were a legit, fascist, masked Gestapo taking kids, there would be a reason for ordinary citizens to step in. But they have to resort to fear-mongering with this fanfiction and Pokemon.
And the rhetoric does have to stop. Just yesterday, Homeland Security released a propaganda video on their social website stating, or using Nintendo's Pokemon to catch them all.
Where the DHS did release an arrest montage with a parody of the Pokemon theme song, but then used comedian Theo Vaughn in a deportation video, to which he immediately told them to take down, as he doesn't want to be the face of this, concerned that crazed leftists will attack him.
I mean, do we blame him? Do we blame him? He doesn't want to be the face of it because leftists are terrorists. Do you see how they're... Oh, some leftists. Sorry, my bad. Some leftists. I literally just got a notification saying that I got age restricted on a YouTube video. Great. That's now how many age restricted videos over the last... Holy shit, they literally just age restricted 2 of my videos. Bro, that's crazy. Anyway, so yeah, anywho, it's insane. Even the moderate centrists don't want to be on top of this. The moderate centrists don't want to talk about this because they're scared for their life. They're scared they're gonna kill them. Do you see how insane this is? Even the moderate centrists, dude, are scared. Is that not terrifying? The leftists are so fucking unhinged and insane that, unironically, the centrists are scared to be anywhere near it.
For it. And that's exactly what the Democrats want, for Americans to be afraid of showing their face in favor.
That literally that's terrorism. Guys, that's literally terrorism. Sorry, that's like actually just terrorism.
Of supporting law enforcement because leftist followers will physically attack them. That's why they're so bothered that ICE can wear masks. Where Newsom wants to outlaw federal law enforcement from
They don't want us to wear masks so they could literally dox them and harass them at home.
Covering their faces, meanwhile giving an exemption to the forces that he conveniently controls. So it's not about stopping masked men from making arrests. It's about Newsom trying to claw at power when he's literally just a cheap Chinese knockoff of Trump. When the president puts out his stitched Trump was right about everything hat, Newsom makes a cheap screen print knockoff with his name instead. The president has a long-time struggle against those with Trump derangement syndrome, so Newsom pretends he does too.
If I get the California derangement syndrome, I've been living with that for years and years. Newsom.
And let's be clear, there's not a...
I call you a fascist, you call me Newsum, we're the same.
Single person with California derangement syndrome. We just think that Democrats have ruined California so badly, we're willing to vote for a reality TV star from the hills over Newsom. As real derangement syndrome is when the president warns us about Tylenol. The company puts out an official message about being the most studied medication. The mainstream media calls Trump's claims unproven, with other outlets even contradicting their previous reporting because of the Orange Man. So pregnant liberals flock to TikTok to take Tylenol tablets to own Trump. Never mind how Trump is just referencing a Harvard study, something Johns Hopkins had also spoke about. And even Tylenol themselves in 2017 said, "We don't recommend taking this while pregnant." As in 2019, while talking to a customer, stated, "We have not tested this," ignoring several of their own universities, media outlets, and the company themselves just to do the inverse of whatever Trump suggests, putting your own kids at risk. That is true derangement. Me being angry that Newsom replied to an...
Yeah, it's actually crazy, dude. That we're even living in this reality, bro. It's insane that we're living in this reality where Trump is like, yeah, guys, stop taking Tylenol. It could give your babies autism. And now there's trends on TikToks of people eating just Tylenol while they're pregnant. Like, out of spite. Fucking snorting Tylenol, dude.
Environmentalist tweets saying, "Trump is lighting your future on fire," ignoring how California just shut down their own $2 billion solar farm after he literally let Los Angeles burn for weeks, causing 25 Californians to lose their life. Us calling him Newsum isn't derangement, it's being justifiably angry. Well, the fires aren't even the worst thing, as this cheap Chinese knockoff analogy isn't just a joke. Newsom has always been infatuated with the Chinese dictator.
He's had a long history with President Xi.
So now they're one signature away from passing this bill in California that polices free speech on social media. That could result in a $1 million fine for violating their rules.
It's
to stop hate, but who knows what they'll classify as hate. I remember when they passed Prop 57 in 2016, the free...
Yeah, someone in my chat just sent me this. This is what they're doing. This is what these pregnant ladies are doing on TikTok.
So, the Tylenol, the acetaminophen. It's gonna work like a charm, and my baby won't have autism.
How is this not just child abuse, bro? Like, how is this not actually child abuse? Wow, you really own Trump with that one. Like, dude, this is fucking crazy, dude. These people are insane. These people are actually crazy.
Of non-violent offenders from prison that somehow...
And by the way, that's a trend. There's thousands of TikToks like that right now.
Classified crimes I can't even read aloud on here that California considered non-violent. So I don't trust a single thing about California's personal liability on social media bill. It's an attack on free speech, just like his daddy G. As ironically, everything he accuses Trump of doing, Newssum is actually doing in California. So if you appreciate my insights.
No, it's insane. They're all doing the projection shit. Every single one of them is doing the projection shit. Like, unironically, without even a shadow of a doubt. They are projecting like crazy. Insane levels of projection. Trump is a fascist. Anyway, we're gonna lock you in your homes and force you to take COVID vaccines. Trump is fighting free speech. Anyway, we're banning hate speech on social media, whatever that means. Trump fired Jimmy Kimmel. Well, it turns out, breaking news, it turns out the Biden administration was forcing YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter to ban and remove accounts that went against their narrative, like Alex Jones and Donald Trump. It's all fucking bullshit theatrics, and the left is based on spit and duct tape. Spit, duct tape, and a smidge of empathy. That's why they are forever gonna lose. That's why they are inevitable losers. They either destroy you, or they get destroyed. Their goal is to wipe you out before you figure out their game. And it worked for half of Europe. So let's pray we can fucking fight back here. Cause shit's crazy. Anyway, definitely subscribe. I'll see you with the next one. Both sides is a lie. Never let them gaslight you. Their gaslighting fails. Their boos mean nothing. I've seen what makes them cheer. Bye. Like, subscribe, and this video was streamed live on kick.com/Nuxanor. See you there. Stay weird, fam.